So last time we really set the foundation for where you were, right? Like 3 years ago, where you came from. So then you coming into coaching, we wanted to establish, why are you here? What do you want to accomplish? What are your intentions around coaching? And where do you want to be? So setting that vision, seeing where you want to be in the next 3 and 5 years. So kind of break down, your intentions with starting this work.
Walking into this, rewind this few years back, I was like, okay, well, how do I get myself to the point where, my passion and my drive really comes back? Because that's what really drives me. And if you're not happy, how is that supposed to be? So that was, I think, the first step of admitting I need to figure out what's going to get this, barometer moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and to do that, it's really important to look into your core values, right? So we had a lot of conversations around, okay, well, I don't really know how to be happy or what my purpose is. Well, let's go back to what's really important to me. What are my core values, and how can I root whatever I do in those core values? And that, when you align yourself with those values, that's what brings fulfillment and joy. So what kind of core values do you remember us establishing?
We read this about core values and this and that all the time, right? And you think you know them until you really sit down with yourself with a pen and paper and like, okay, write them down.
Write them out.
Write them out. And you're like, it took me a while, right? I know what's really important. I mean, obviously, my family is really important, but being a pillar for my family and adding that onto it, right? I know that I love to be curious and learn about different things, but how do I achieve that? And you achieve that by creating the financial freedom, right? The other aspect of my core value is like, I love helping people in whichever manner it is. But like, just so you can't just say, oh, I want to help people. What does that really mean?
Yeah.
How do you want to help them? How is that going to impact them and also you? And those are just some of the values that came out of it. And I mean, I still carry that piece of paper around, right? I mean, there's 6 solid ones that are refined. And out of that, the manifesto came.
Yep.
But it took work. It took, I mean, I would say months, if not longer than that.
And it does take a long time, but it's worthy time to commit. Because if you think about the rest of your life, you want to live within these values to really feel that fulfillment. So it's worth sitting down and, like you said, writing them out. The next piece of this was really you understanding, what does life look like in 3 and 5 years? So I guess what was your vision, for that new G?
Yeah, no, the new G is honestly, it's as simplified as it is. It's like, I just want to be happier.
Yeah.
So vision for me really looked like, one, getting into a different trajectory in my career. 2, that's gonna create more time for my family, and in turn, hopefully create that financial freedom to allow me to do whatever I need to do.
So once you establish your core values and then the vision for the next couple of years, you really hone in on what are those goals that you want to achieve. We can't just be shooting in the dark and trying to fix everything without an established goal in the end. So your goals were basically to kind of realign and to adopt a healthier lifestyle and get your mind more at ease, and talk about kind of what you established in the beginning around goals.
From a goal standpoint, yeah, I think it was just what I wanted to get physically in a better shape. I wanted to have a right mindset, but being able to do that really helped me set myself up, even at work. I could be more optimal, right? If I was more optimal at work, I feel like that was fulfilling. And then if that was fulfilling, now I get to practice at my family, and when I go home, I'm just not drained from like, oh my God, what did I do today?
Yeah.
So I think once you start at one step, you can really kind of start stacking, right? Habit stacking, as you call it. And I can see how much habit stacking I've been able to do over the last 2 years, where I used to be only able to possibly consider meditating once. Now it's like, if I don't meditate, I'm like, oh, I need to meditate.
Yeah,
right?
And it's become a part of who you are now. But it starts with that one step. And I remember our first conversations around this. Just try it once, right?
Yeah.
Just meditate once, see what you think. If you hate it, let's have a different strategy. But just try it once. And thinking of where you started from there, and now it's just a part of who you are. So that's kind of that big goal, but if we break it down into small pieces and then we can stack on those, like you said, okay, I'm gonna meditate and then I'm gonna work out. Like those are just my 2 things I do every day as a part of who I am, and then you don't think about it. It just becomes your natural routine.
It almost feels abnormal when you don't.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But that was that's the vision I had for myself. I wanted to be a healthier, happier, better version of me when I started. So I think end of the day, the intentions that we set in the beginning and the visions that we have for ourselves and the goals that we set and how we execute them really trajects us in the right path.
So you had all these goals, and it's sometimes overwhelming to think that, you know, we can work on all of them at once. So what was helpful for you was breaking them up into different sets, we call them. There's, you know, the heart set and the mindset and then the health set. So we have these 3 avenues that we can work in and create tangible, you know, goals within there and action steps where we're just working on kind of the health side of things, and then we're going to tap into more of the mindset side of things, and then more of the heart and the soul. So instead of looking at this as this overwhelming picture of, oh, I need to change everything, you know, breaking it up into those avenues were really helpful for you.
Yeah. So I look forward to discussing that more in the next set.
Yes.